Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And we're back today to showcase a brand new deck from the set of Force Wheel with all the other stuff in it, the Rebirth of Legend and all that weird cards that came with it.
With the good old 2.5 edition.
Yeah, we're pretty much using a lot of those to revamp some of the older ones and go through those and see what all the crazy stuff you can do now. So without further ado, guys, let's delve into counting couples. And before we get there, we're going to remind you that we do have a Patreon. The link is down below. And it takes just an extra $1 to give us some love and support. We'd greatly appreciate it. And also down below, you'll find our Force Wheel Grimoire app, which is our app that we made to have a database for the Force Wheel game. So if you're out and about building a deck on the fly, you're like, hey, cool, I need to do this real quick. You're like, I have this cool idea. Let's put it on paper. But you don't have paper. You got a phone, so you can make an app.
Done.
It's pretty easy, pretty simple to use, so go check it out. With that, guys, counting couples with Oborozuki, the white ruler from set 1 of this cluster. She is all about counters, and that's pretty much what we're doing. So, Oborozuki, the Star Sword Visionary. She is the white ruler, 2 judgments for 2 white. Pay 0, reveal the top card of your deck and count the number of light symbols and its attribute cost. Put X one counters on this card, where X is the number of light symbols counted this way. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. And then you remove X counters from this card, put X counters on any entity you control. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. So, she's all about stacking counters, so every turn you're going to be like, cool, show the card and get counters.
Yep.
Like, you want to do it every time because it's free counters. And then she judgments into a 12/12 with flying and drain, which is
Just
solid
insane.
stats.
Yeah.
Remove a 1/1 counter from another entity you control. Put a 1/1 counter on this card. Remove X counters from this card. J-Res users want to control, get -X. So, when she judgments, you want to be able to pull everything back to her by removing a counter from an entity and put it on her, and then remove all the counters to kill their board.
Yeah.
That's essentially what she does. The front side puts them all out, and the back side she brings them all back to her.
Yeah, even though she can immediately be a ginormous flying drain person, but I mean, 12/12 flying is still good.
Yeah, she's still ridiculous.
All right, the first one that we have, of course, is Lars, Sacred King. It's a 5/10 that costs 2. It has quick cast, so if damage would be dealt to you, it is dealt to this card instead. And then it has Awakening, rest of recover J-Ruler you control, enter Hilla, Astral Ruler you control, just in case if you need to, if you flip and she dies. But the fact that he just, just comes in and saves you.
Yeah, and if he's just in play and he's getting free counters every turn,
yeah,
that's harder to kill him.
You know that dragon with that just comes in and swings in and wins the game pretty much?
Yeah.
You stop that from happening.
Next up is Lumia, the Princess of Rebirth / Wings of Light and Darkness. So her front side, or her top part is 1 white for a 2/5 with quick cast Resonator. Enter, you gain life equal to the amount of life you lost in any way this turn. Damages, loss of life, payment, so forth, so on.
Yep.
And then you draw a card. And then her quick cast side of the Wings of Light and Darkness is 1 black, and it's a remove target Resonator with total cost 2 or less from the game. If this card is awakened, you put Lumia into play, and you awaken it by paying a white. So a black and a white, you get to remove a dude and get back life. So you let them swing a couple of things first, and you're like, cool, remove your last one, get back all the life that I took.
Yeah, sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The next one, of course, is another hybrid card. It's Flute, the Captive Dragon / Group of Comets. For Flute, it's a 1-drop, 1/4. It has barrier. Tap to produce a white, or tap to put a 1/1 counter on another entity you control. Entity, stone, anything, pretty much. But the champ part, of course, is destroy all J Resonators with no 1/1 counters on them, which is amazing, and it'll probably save you constantly.
Next up is one of the bread and butter cards of the deck. She's just that good because she does a lot for you.
Yep.
Reiya, the Spawn of the Star, and Twinkle of the Star. Reiya is a 2-drop 7/7. Whenever a counter is put on this card, choose one. This card deals damage equal to its attack to target J Resonator, or you gain life equal to this card's defense. And then the quick cast chant is double the number of 1/1 counters on each magic stone and light entity you control. So the top part only it doesn't trigger per counter. It's just if you put 1 or more on there, it gets that trigger. But that's still good because you're like, cool, I put 6 on there. She's a 13, so you have to shoot something for 13 or gain 13.
Yeah, just like that.
I don't care which one happens. I'm still winning either way.
With Oborozuki, you can do that every turn. Just be like, I'll gain life, kill your dude. It's pretty ridiculous. All right, the next one is Grimm and Pandora. It's 2 white, 6/6. If 1 or more 1/1 counters would be put on this card, you put that double instead. Enter this card, you may play activated abilities of rulers you control that Could be played only once per turn. Do it twice instead. That's ridiculous.
So that zero ability, you're like, hey, I get lots of counters on everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of the new cards, right? Yeah.
Magic Bird, it is pretty good because it just helps you move counters around. It's 3 white for a 6/6 flyer. This card enters the field with 2 1/1 counters on it. Remove a 1/1 counter from this card. Put a 1/1 counter on another entity you control.
Just like that.
So we're just shifting counters around so you can be like, cool, end of turn, do this. Or you can, in response to them, block, put counters on Reiya to kill their blocker.
Yeah. And he's a slow... He removes a 1/1 counter per trigger. So you can do this onto Reiya and then remove another counter on him to Reiya.
Yeah.
And then just keeps doing that action over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is Star Dragon. It costs 5 white. It's a 17/17 flying, precision, pierce. But you may pay 1 white less for this card for each Magic Stone and light entity you control with a 1/1 counter on it, which can get there really quickly, really fast, and be able to, dominate if need be.
But for the most part, this deck actually really thrives in its spells because the spells are kind of ridiculous for it. First one is Endless Starlight, the Star Sword. It is 1 white, quick cast. This card deals damage to target Resonator equal to that Resonator's attack. Then put 2 1/1 counters on a Resonator you control. So you get to be like, hey, cool, my dude gets bigger and that dude dies.
Yep, for sure. Of course, we have the classic Magic Crest of Light. It's a 1 white addition. When this card enters the field, distribute 4 1/1 counters on up to 4 target Resonators. And it says distribute, so up to 4 to, you can be 4 creatures, 3 creatures, 2, whatever.
Grace of the Star, it is one of the best cards in this deck. 1 white, quick cast Remnant. Target Resonator gets +4/+4. If there are a 1/1 counter on it, it also gains Eternal and Barrier.
My 2 favorite keywords.
Yeah.
And the fact that it has Remnant, so you can keep doing it over and over and over, that it's just good times.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is Starlight Canopy. It's a 2-drop addition. Enter remove target non-Magic Stone, non-G-related entity your opponent controls with total cost 3 or less from the game. So that's almost everything right now. And whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on this card, draw a card.
Yeah. And then finally we have Duet of Light. It is 2 white. Choose 1. You may choose an additional 1 for each recovered J rulers. You're only really going to get 2 ever if you choose it that way. But you gain 2,000 life. Put target non-Magic Stone, non-Chant card or alternative card with total cost 3 less from your graveyard into the field. You may only put the non-Chant part of the alternate card into the field, so you get your Reiya back or you get all the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, not Reiya, but like the other ones that cost 3. And then the last one is put 4 1 counters on each J Resonator you control. That's mainly what it's for, to just be like, hey, cool, all my dudes get big really quickly. So, sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
The stones are really simple. We got Magic Stone of Heaven's Rift, which is the black-white one, so you can have the black to play this other Lumia card. And then we have Epic Stone of the Star, which is the light Magic Stone that taps, puts a 1/1 counter on this card. So it helps you get more counters so you can get your dragon out quicker. And then we have light Magic Stones because we're just playing white. Like, this deck's literally just light all through and through. And it's super simple, super straightforward. But it is still very, very powerful because you just get to... You put counters out real quickly and dudes can't handle it. People can't deal with it quickly because the dude's like, hey, I'm huge. You just get to win just like that.
Yep. Or all your dudes like, I have special abilities that trigger for free because I have counters on them now. Thanks.
The deck list will be down below, guys. Check it out. Let us know what you like and think about it, and then give us a like down below. We'll see y'all again next time.
Goodbye.
Later. Also, guys, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to our channel, and then hit that bell for any future notifications that you have for our videos.
And we go ahead and give a big thank you to our fans for over the years, especially our Mythic and Above Patreon followers.
Thank you, Ryan.
With that, we love you. Thank you for your support.